Sorry I'm late, guys, but I just saw the Fast and the Furious.
You ready for this?
Come on, man. Guns, murderers, and crooked cops.
You're off by about 50 years. That's better, but there are a few similarities. And that's it. I've never seen any of the modern Fast and Furious movies at all. And it doesn't matter. This movie is horrible. Man, am I in for a mess. The movie begins with a car crash appropriately. Then, after the credits, we follow this woman Connie, who hangs out at a cafe. But, there is a fugitive lurking around this town. Can you guess who it is?
You're looking for that race that goes to Mexico, the International.
Well, what a shock, his cover is blown almost instantly. Maybe it wasn't so bright to eat lunch here. It's kind of weird how he's caught though.
Know him? Webster. Where you from?
You ask a lot of questions, Mr. Nielsen, but I'm from El Centro.
Oh. I'd know where Webster killed that guy, huh? You know him? Webster?
Nope.
Hear about it?
How could I help?
Interested?
Nope. No, I'm not.
If I'm giving you a lift, Myers, I'd like to see your identification.
I didn't say I wanted a lift.
Maybe I better see it anyway.
Dude, calm down and don't point your gun at me. Alright, I'll get my wallet. Here it is. Take it. Of course it does turn out that he is the escapee named Frank Webster. I think he has something to do with the beginning car crash scene, but it's never explained until over halfway through the film. So he instantly knocks out the fellow and kidnaps the woman.
Well, I had to turn everything upside down, but I finally found... Well, where is everybody? Oh!
Wait, how does she not hear the commotion in the room right next to her? Is she deaf? So the first thing this kidnapper does is getting gas, where he nearly lets this woman escape by letting her go to the bathroom. Why? Well, she gets caught anyway.
Going someplace?
I'd appreciate you returning my car and my freedom.
Said that before.
I'm running out of variations. I'm also running out of patience.
Any idea what to do about it?
Several ideas. None of which I intend to discuss with you.
I'm planning on escaping, but I'm not going to tell you about it. Anyways, Frank's plans to cross borders to Mexico by participating in an international race using Connie's car. However, straight away they are pursued by a police vehicle. Nah, it's just a broken tail light.
You know, for a while there, I thought you were running away from me. All this speed, you ought to save it for the racetrack, don't you think? Now, take it easy along here.
Got any more ideas?
The fugitive now decides to fix the taillight problem right away. Notice that A. He's not holding his firearm, and B. The woman doesn't try to escape. Oh yeah, this happens more than once. It turns out she had a spare key anyway. Why does she tell him this? Because, why not?
What's that?
An extra key.
Why didn't you tell me you had it?
Why didn't you ask me?
Why didn't you tell me you had it?
This is one of 2 hospital scenes, and it serves no purpose whatsoever other than the police confirming that Frank is a thug. What a shock. And what is up with this music?
Can you hear me?
Why don't you try telling him what you think happened? He may respond to that.
You were in a fight, Nielsen. A man and a woman were there.
P.S. All these characters in the hospital scene vanished after this scene. Lovely. So where are these characters up to?
I said I was sorry.
You're about the sorriest creature I've ever known.
Please leave me alone.
I intend to.
This is awkward. Next scene.
We'll coast around the cops. Come on.
Oh, you think that's stupid? Just you wait.
You sure get up early.
You know, for some reason I'm going to miss you.
Thanks.
What? Who wrote this line? It's been 25 minutes so far, and there's not one scene where we can grasp who these characters are, their backgrounds, or why I should care if they start to like each other. Explain this to me! Well, I suppose the filmmakers wanted us to believe that an ordinary woman would fall in love with a thief, kidnapper, potential rapist, and a murderous fugitive. Am I supposed to accept that? Speaking of oblivious characters, Frank is examined at a police blockade where the other racers are waiting too. They simply let him go. Keep in mind this fugitive has been all over the radio. Don't the authorities have a physical description of him? What about his mugshot? How are these people that stupid? Nearly 30 minutes have gone by and it has this many flaws? I sure hope it picks up a little bit of energy. Not much actually happened so far. Not even basic character development. I sure hope they get to that soon. Well, not for another 12 minutes. The pacing is simply bad in this movie. In the 12-minute time span, Frank registers his vehicle, which does not include women drivers because of safety reasons. We meet the woman's boyfriend, and then they go off for a test drive. Finally, the main characters stop for lunch. Can the movie explain who these people are already?
Listen, Connie, all my life I've been trying to get by on my own because that's the way I figured it. After the Army, well, I saved some money, so I bought myself a truck. Not 2 trucks or a fleet. No partners, just me. Turned out I was bothering somebody. Guy who owned a lot of trucks. He tried everything. Undercut me, everything. But I figured I had my rights, so I stuck. And one of his drivers tried to run me off the road. All I was trying to do was keep from getting killed. And his truck went over the side.
And how can they accuse you of murder?
2 minutes later, one of his other drivers was there yelling his head off about how I drove his buddy over the cliff. He didn't even seem to care much that he was dead.
Why did you break out of jail? No jury in the world would convict you if you told them what happened.
If I got to a jury. Those truckers were coming to get me. They weren't waiting for a trial. I had to break out of jail.
That gang of hoodlums probably slept it off the next morning. If you go back now, they won't have anything to do with it.
They've got everything to do with it.
But you can't prove you're innocent running away.
I can't prove it dead.
Way to go, movie. Why did you wait 42 minutes to explain all of this? You're just not making any sense. The next 12 minutes is just forgettable. We meet the boyfriend for another 2 scenes, and when the car is getting repaired, these characters head for a hideout on foot. This movie lacks excitement, there's little suspense, hardly any authenticity, and the characters are one-dimensional. Why should I care what happens to Connie who has no sense of reality? Why should I care about Frank's backstory when it's clearly a rushed, hacked up, and lazily written script? Why should I care if the whole point of the film was an innocent man avoiding law enforcement for an unjust punishment when it hardly comes into play? This only becomes relevant at the last 5 or 10 minutes of the movie. One more question for me. When does the race start? The couple find the cabin where they spend the night together. I still don't understand this woman at all. Why does she fall in love with him? Frank basically locks her up in there all alone where she is forced to start a fire in there to get someone's attention. Not very smart if you ask me. After the escape, she decides to catch up to Frank, who is racing right now. Anyways, we finally get to see the international race to Mexico, and it's lame. There's no excitement here to be found. It's just a bunch of cars speeding around corners, passing each other, and the footage is obviously reused from scene to scene, and it's sped up Charlie Chaplin style. Oh, believe me, I wish it did happen.
All right, there's the phone, but I don't see what good it's going to do you. The race has already started.
Operator, give me the police. Police, listen very carefully. The driver of car 55 in the International is Frank Webster. Just tried to stop him at the border. He's innocent.
Sure. Let's examine his record, shall we? The authorities finally catch up with Frank Webster, but they can't catch him. Now it's time for the boyfriend to save the day, right? Wrong.
How'd the cops find out?
I turned you in.
How'd you get out?
Set the building on fire.
You're a pretty dangerous character yourself.
You could have run away instead of helping him. Why didn't you?
Because you're right, Connie, and I'm going back. Besides, I'm getting used to you.
Oh, Frank, what you really are is worth fighting for. And it isn't too late.
For us, it's just the beginning.
That's it? Are you kidding me? How is this woman able to catch up this fast anyway? That's the least of the movie's problems. The story is mundane. It's just a plot where a guy kidnaps a girl, evades the police, happens to find a racetrack, and then instantly decides to turn himself in. That's it. Not even joking here when I say that I accuse my parents got everything right compared to this rubbish. Awful character development, a terrible script, little suspense or excitement, and John Ireland's performance. Why is he scowling all the time? Who does he think he is?
You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement.
Speaking of character development, all of the dialogue is mostly these two characters bantering back and forth.
I hate you.
Just hate me all the way to Mexico.
I not only hate you, I dislike you.
I always did have trouble making friends.
You're conceited, ruthless, cruel. It figures.
What's the matter? Did you get up on the wrong side of the car?
I don't like this belt around my wrists.
It suits you.
In the park, we could stop and have lunch. Or is that impossible?
It is.
Maybe you'd rather register for the race. Or is that impossible, too?
Register?
Who talks like this when they've been kidnapped by a murderer? You know what? Forget it. I'm getting lunch. See you guys later.
Country reminds me of the time I was bitten by a rattlesnake. Only 5 years old. Me, not the snake. Snake died.
It figures.